As a communications professional currently working in the nonprofit world, I often create social media strategies to promote the work the organization does. Rather than craft a new marketing campaign from scratch, I decided I would analyze one I previously did and critique it for this final project. Let's go. There were 5 environmental justice grantees, and the goal was to highlight the work we had done with the organizations to promote the connection between climate and health, but also to show our funders what we've done and hopefully get more money in the future. I created social media language that I thought would work on all of the organization's social profiles, along with a plan for when to make the posts. The organizations provided the photos and images we used. The entire campaign took place over 7 weeks. One grantee would be featured with 2 posts each week. There were 5 grantees, but I added a week for an introduction to the series, as well as one for an overview of the entire grant program. Looking back, that may have been too much. It was definitely too much, but I'll get to that later. I plan to tag the grantees' social media profiles, which gives them more visibility and is more likely to get their followers to interact with the posts and share them. My plan also included the following for each of our main platforms: X, Facebook, and Instagram. A date to post, an image to use, the alt text for the image, and the tags that we would include. So, what went well? There are some things I did right. One of those is make sure the posts are accessible to a variety of people with things like alt text and Spanish language versions of the posts about a group of Líderes Campesinas. Another is spreading the campaign out over a period of time. That gave each of the grantees an equal share of the spotlight. It also didn't overwhelm people's timelines with too many posts in a short span of time. Also, if someone didn't see the first post, they may see the second one, or vice versa. I also think crafting the language to each specific social media platform was a good idea, particularly with X, where there is a character limit for your posts. I wanted the social media team where I work to be able to copy and paste the text and images I provided into a blank post without having to do edits. What went not so well? I should have pushed for more posts in Spanish for every post. That is something my organization has been trying to do more for shareables, particularly fact sheets or things that go on the organization's website where they can be accessed by anyone. I say trying because as a nonprofit, there is not always the funding for hiring a translator or the time if the deadline is tight. Looking back on this, the whole thing was too long. Even 5 weeks would have been a lot. There also wasn't really any look or branding used to indicate that the posts are related from week to week. I did a similar project again this spring and did that using a Canva template, so all the slides would have the same look and I could easily add and swap out the organization's logos. With our new design and more cohesive look for this series in 2024, we got much better traction compared to the 2023 version that I'm analyzing now. I also didn't do quite as much for Instagram as I could have, and that's probably where most of the target audience for this marketing campaign spends their time on social media. So now we can look at the numbers here a little bit since I've gone through the presentation. This is the 2023 version of this project, and we really just kind of dropped this out here with no context. It doesn't say anything about it being part of a series or anything. It's small and hard to read, and it only got 1 like. It also got a comment that we deleted because it was spam. Whereas in 2024, if we want to look, we can see that for Facebook, the same group, the Hawaiian um, organization, the post was about average performance. It isn't great, but 6 likes is better than one. And on Instagram in 2024, it went much better. I know it says lower than typical, but it's still, pretty well interacted with. It got comments, it got saved, you know, and again, it shows mostly it was, people in their 20s to 30s who were wanting to see this. So again, lesson learned. We can think about that for next year. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you learned as much from me as I have learned from this wonderful course.